Hello dear students, today we will discuss about the equation of motion. Students, you already know about equation. What is an equation? In mathematics generally we correlate the unknown quantity and known quantity by equation. From the equation we can solve and we can get the value of the unknown quantity. For example, the value of x, y, z, etc. In this chapter motion we will also discuss about the equation of motion. So let's start equation of motion. In this equation of motion, we have to establish a relationship between different parameters of motion, that is velocity, acceleration, distance and time. We have to establish a relationship among all these parameters or all these quantities in the motion. So, in the equation of motion, which type of relationship we can establish? Suppose a vehicle is moving under uniform acceleration and it is covering a distance of s in the time t. And it is having the initial velocity u and having the final velocity v, so that in this type of situation we can establish a relationship among all these parameters and we call it as equation of motion. There are generally three equations of motion. There are generally three equations of motion. The first one, v is equal to u plus at. This is equation, that's the equation. The second one, that is s is equal to ut plus half at square. That is the equation number 2. And the third equation, 2s is equal to v square minus u square. The third equation. v is equal to u plus 80. This is the first equation. S is equal to u plus half 80 square. This is the second equation. 2s is equal to v square minus u square. This is the third equation. Look here. In this equation, we establish a relationship between generally velocity and time. So this is otherwise called velocity time relation. This is otherwise called velocity time relation. In this equation, we establish a relationship between the distance and time. So it is called the distance time relation or position time relation. Position time relation. And in this equation, we generally establish a relationship between the distance and the velocity. So it is called the position velocity relation. Position velocity relation. The first equation is called the velocity time relation. The second equation is called position time relation. And the third equation, this is called position velocity relation. We can derive all these equations by graphical method. So let's start the derivation of these three equations of motion. Listen, for this derivation, we first need to plot a graph between the velocity and time, and by taking all these things, we should first plot a graph. First, let's plot a graph. Let us plot a graph. In this graph, is the x, origin y, and here this is time and this is velocity. Look here, the vehicle is not starting from the zero velocity. The vehicle is starting from the initial velocity, say u, and from here it moves with uniform acceleration. So the graph will be a straight line like this. It moves with uniform acceleration, and after time v, this is, let's say, this point, give the name A, this point give the name B. Here the velocity attained is v. The velocity attained here is v. We can give the name O, A, B. Okay, here we can give the name E. Now we have to draw a perpendicular from the B to the x-axis, and it meets here at C. Next, we will make a line parallel with the x-axis, and it meets here at D. What we have taken, I am again explaining. This is the coordinate axis, this is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. A vehicle is starting the velocity, the vehicle is starting the motion from u, initial velocity u. Let's say here the point A. From here the vehicle is starting the motion, and the vehicle is moving with uniform acceleration, let's say A, and the vehicle is covering a distance here. The vehicle is covering a distance s and it reaches at B. So here the final velocity is v. Here the final velocity is v. The initial velocity is u. And what we have done? We have made drawn a perpendicular from the point B to the x-axis. It meets here at C. And again we have made another line parallel to the x-axis, and this line meets this line BC at D. So from this we can start the derivation of equation of motion. Let's first derive the first equation of motion. Derivation of first equation of motion. Derivation of first equation, that is v is equal to u plus at, or v minus u is equal to at. Okay? First, listen. This line BC, it is equal with this OE, equal with BC, and it is the V, as it is the velocity line. So here OE is the final velocity V. We will start from here. Listen, BC. Derivation, we will derive BC is equal to BD plus CD. Okay, now in place of BC, let's put this is OE, that is V. How BC is equal to V? The BC length is equal to length OE, and this is the velocity V. Is equal to BD, we don't know the value, BD plus CD, CD here, and CD is equal to OA, that is U. CD is equal to U, implies that BD is equal to, taking U to left hand side, BD is equal to V minus U. BD is equal to V minus U. For example, take this is one equation, we will compare it with another. BD is equal to V minus U. So we got BD is equal to V minus U. Again, let's see BD. What is BD? In this figure, we can calculate the acceleration. As we have discussed already, the acceleration is the change in velocity per unit time. We know that acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time. Here this is V and this is U. So change in velocity is V minus U. That is BD. BC is V. CD is U. So BD is equal to V minus U. So acceleration is a change in velocity, that is V minus U. That is change in velocity by t. A is equal to V minus U by t, and V minus U is equal to BD. So in place of V minus U, we can write BD, implies that A is equal to BD by t. Or we can write BD is equal to cross multiply BD is equal to AT. Here we can write, implies that BD is equal to AT. This is equation number 2. Now putting the value of BD is equal to AT here in equation 1. Here I am writing the velocity, insert, putting BD is equal to AT in equation 1. Putting BD is equal to AT in 1, we get V minus U is equal to AT. V minus U is equal to, in place of BD, AT. Then V is equal to, if you will take minus U to right hand side, U plus AT. So we have derived the equation V is equal to U plus AT. Friends, let's start the derivation of the second equation of motion. Second equation of motion, that is the position time relation. In the second equation of motion, we relate between the position and time. So what is that equation? That equation is S is equal to ut plus at square. Suppose the vehicle is moving with initial velocity, started initial rate from initial velocity u and moving with uniform acceleration a. After time t second, it covers a distance s. So look at this graph. Here the vehicle started from point A and it is moving with uniform acceleration, so it is a straight line, and at B it covers a distance s and the final velocity is v and the time taken is t. Here OABC is a trapezium, and in this figure the distance covered we can calculate from this graph, as we have already discussed from velocity time graph, that the velocity time graph, the area enclosed below the graph with the x-axis will represent the distance of displacement. So here the area OABC represents the distance covered by the vehicle. We can write the distance covered by the vehicle, the distance covered by the vehicle S is equal to area of trapezium, OABC. This is a trapezium. Here OA parallel to BC, and here OC and AB, these are non-parallel lines. So a geometrical figure in which there are two parallel lines, two opposite parallel lines, and other two sides are not parallel, then this is a trapezium. So here S is the area of the trapezium OABC. Area of the trapezium OABC. This area of trapezium is the sum of area of this rectangle and area of this triangle and this rectangle. So we can write this is the area of rectangle. What is that rectangle? ADCO or OADC. OADC plus area of triangle ADB or ABD. Area of triangle ABD. What is the area of rectangle OADC? OADC length and breadth. So you can write OA into OC or OA into AD. OA into OC plus area of triangle ABD. Area of triangle ABD, half base into height, half base is AD into height is BD. R into AD into BD. Now we can put the value OA here. OA, that is U. OC, it is a time taken T, so we can write T plus half AD is equal to OC. AD is equal to OC. So in place of AD we can write OC, that is T. In place of BD, from the first equation of motion we already know that BD is equal to 80. BD is equal to 80. So in place of BD we can write 80. BD is equal to, so BD is equal to 80. So S is equal to UT plus half 80 square. This is the second equation of motion. This is the relationship between position and time, and this is the position time relationship. Now we have to discuss about the third equation of motion. Okay, we have to discuss about the third equation of motion. Third equation of motion, and this is the position velocity relationship or position velocity relation. The equation is 2s is equal to v square minus u square. 2s is equal to v square minus u square. And we have to derive this equation from the same graph and from the same trapezium. In the previous equation, we have derived the area of the trapezium by just adding the area of the rectangle and the area of the triangle. Area of the trapezium OABC is equal to area of the rectangle OADC plus area of the triangle ABD. But here we have to derive the area of the trapezium from the formula of the trapezium, from the formula of area of the trapezium, that is the half into sum of two parallel sides into the height that is OC. So area of trapezium is equal to This is the formula of area of trapezium is equal to area of trapezium, that is OABC, is equal to half into sum of two parallel sides OA and BC. So sum of two parallel sides, that is OA into BC, into the height, that is OC, into the height, that is OC. Half into sum of two parallel sides into the height. And we know that the area of trapezium is the distance covered by the vehicle. So S is equal to half into OA plus BC into OC. Now we can put the value of OA, BC and OC is equal to half into OA. OA is U, so just put U plus BC. BC is the V, U plus V into OC. OC is the time taken, that is T. OC is the time taken, that is T. Half into U plus V into T. Now let's find the value of T from the first equation of motion, that is V minus U is equal to 80. So implies that here T is equal to V minus U by A. Putting this value of T, V minus U by A here, putting the value of T, V minus U here, S is equal to half into U plus V whole into T, that is V minus U by A. Half into U plus V into V minus U by A. Now look here, this is U plus V, this is V minus U. U plus V, we can write V plus U is equal to half into V plus U into V minus U by A. And here V plus U, V minus U, that is A plus B whole into A minus B, A square minus B square. We can put the formula here, is equal to half into V square minus U square by A is equal to 1 by 2 into V square minus U square by A, that is V square minus U square by A. So S is equal to V square minus U square by A. Just cross multiply. V square minus U square, sorry 2, here 2A. V square minus U square divided by 2A. V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. V square minus U square is equal to 2AS, implies that 2AS is equal to V square minus U square. This is the third equation of motion. 2AS is equal to V square minus U square. So we have derived all the three equations of motions graphically. First equation of motion is V is equal to U plus AT. Second equation is S is equal to U plus S is equal to UT plus half AT square. And the third equation of motion, that is 2S is equal to V square minus U square. And from this equation we can calculate all the values if other values are given. If V is given, U is given, we can calculate, and S is given, we can calculate A. If acceleration given, velocity given, initial velocity and final velocity, we can calculate the distance. Like this, we have to solve many more problems. So go through all these equations clearly so that we can solve the problems. Thank you.